You're welcome to Energizing Nigeria, a weekly online television show of the Rural Electrification Agency on Pyramid TV. On Thursday, 7th March 2024, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu changed the dynamics of the Rural Electrification Agency by appointing a top-notch and seasoned technocrat beyond borders.
My name is Abba. I'm the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Rural Electrification Agency.
Coming from a disciplined background with immense wealth of experience in the power sector in Nigeria, Abba Alliyu, before his appointment at the helms of affairs of the REA, was head of Project Management Unit of the World Bank and the African Development Bank of the Rural Electrification Agency. His rich career had seen him at the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company.
I was working with the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company. I was the General Manager, Strategy, Project and Strategy. I was General Manager, Corporate Services, and I was General Manager, Research, Planning and Statistics.
But at the Rural Electrification Agency, what remains Abba Aliyu's landmark attainment so far?
I think the biggest achievement is one, I would mention just three things. One is the conceptualization of the scale-up project, the distributed access through renewable energy scale-up DES, which is the biggest public sector funded off-grid project in the entire world, the 750. So the designing, the securing the approval for that project, I think it's one of the biggest achievement I can talk about. The second is also scaling up all the activities of the Rural Electrification Agency. So moving from developer focus to RESCO, Renewable Energy Service Company, where we want to scale up the intervention that we are doing in addressing the electricity gap. The third is also conceptualization the plan for the National Electrification Strategy and Implementation Plan, which would provide a digital map of the entire country to see the areas that are not served, that are underserved, and that are served. And that will also provide pathway for each state electrification. So each state will have a defined electrification plan for that state, and we will aggregate the entire 36 plus the FCT plan to have the national electrification plan, and also with the digital mapping. We will also have the plan for electrification in health center, and we will have the agricultural electrification plan. So these plans will help in guiding how electrification should be done in the country through the least costs method, and at the same time also enhance coordination between the different parties, different subnational within the country towards the electrification of the country.
And how well has the Electricity Act enhanced the work at the Rural Electrification Agency in Nigeria?
So the Electricity Act is a game changer. Has really opened up the sector. And I think it's a bold move by the president to open that sector and also create an avenue for the state to participate in the entire value chain of the electricity. It has provided us with the state to partner with private sector in both generation, transmission, distribution at the same time. So this will also require REA to change its own strategy in terms of how it implements its work across the country. And that is why we're developing the National Electrification Plan, whereby we partner with the state. The state will know what's the least cost method of electrifying in the state, and REA help will support the state in achieving that.
The Rural Electrification Agency under Abba Alliyu has gone the extra mile to upskill some of its most life-changing programs. These are the Energizing Healthcare Initiative, the Energizing Agriculture Program, and the Energizing Education Program. The REA's Energizing Healthcare initiative was battered to viably mitigate energy access-related problems being faced by hospitals and healthcare centers in Nigeria. Using renewable energy technologies as access to electricity remains a fundamental necessity and a lifeline that powers life-saving equipment, enables effective healthcare services, and supports the well-being of patients and healthcare workers alike. There is also the Energizing Agriculture program, which aims to stimulate the productive use of mini-grid electricity in agriculture by enabling market-led solutions and breaking the silos separating electrification and agricultural development programs. The Energizing Education Program (EEP) is an initiative of the Federal Government of Nigeria (FGN) to provide sustainable and clean power supply to 37 federal universities and 7 university teaching hospitals across Nigeria. In all, what are Abba Aliyu's thoughts on President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda in a rural electrification program?
I think the effort of the present government, led by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think is a daring move to address the electricity access. And I used to say this: if you look at the thinking of the present government, is to do bold and daring projects that would create significant economic and social value to the country. For example, look at the Coastal Highway, look at the Sokoto-Badagry Highway. These are all daring projects which before now people would just think of it, but the daring nature of the president has conceptualized and made this project to be real. And at the same time, in the off-grid sector, the president is doing the same thing which people are not aware. We, for example, as assuming office, the president approved, like I told you, the $750 million funding for the electrification of over 17 million Nigerians. And this is a daring move to address the electricity gap. So rather than scratching the surface, the president wants to face this challenge and address it at a particular time. And that is why they approved this funding, which we expected to catalyze private sector funding of about 1.1 billion to provide 17 million Nigerians, more than 17 million Nigerians with access. And specifically, we are very clear in terms of how this will be achieved. 3 million Nigerians will get electricity access through the isolated mini-grids, about 1.5 using the interconnected mini-grids, and about 15 million will be provided through the solar home system and mesh grid. And at the same time, we'll also intervene in providing solar productive equipment for enhancing agricultural activities. So that is one key aspect of the achievement of the present government. But beyond that also, it is at this region that we're able to complete the electrification of 100 health centers, where we provided them with 50 kilowatt hybrid mini grid to enhance the service delivery of this health institution. So we have delivered on that. Then it is also under this the leadership of the President Ahmed Bola Tinubu that we have completed the hybrid mini grid of the universities, whereby 7 universities have been completed, 2 with the 2 associated teaching hospitals. And also we have commenced work in 9 universities, 8 universities and 1 teaching hospital. The entire project of this will provide 350,000 students with electricity access, and over 50,000 lecturers and non-academic staff working within the university will also have this uninterrupted, reliable electricity access in these universities. And we have continued to build more in this regard. So these are past some of the achievements of the present government.
Going forward, what should we look forward to from you at the Rural Electrification Agency?
So looking forward is to seeing a renewed REA with a renewed ambition, with a daring ambition, Part of it, like I told you, is the implementation of the DARE projects, where we want to get 17 million Nigeria out with provide them with electricity access. You will also see a coordinated approach in the delivery of electricity across the country. The Honorable Minister of Power was very deliberate and mandated REA to develop this national electrification plan that will open the sector, provide the private sector with information on areas that are good for intervention, and at the same time also enhance coordination between the different subnationals across the country. We're also looking at the emancipation of what we call the RESCOS, Renewable Energy Service Company, whereby the developers, we want them to build their internal capacity, access more funding, and build a utility-scale renewable capacity to serve as an alternative to the distribution company. So we are seeing the emergence of the RESCOS. REA has signed a number of MOUs with companies that have the financial, technical, and corporate governance capabilities to become this RESCO. And we are even in next week, we are about to sign with many other companies that have shown interest, both national and international companies. Looking forward also is to see REA crystallizing the upstream, whereby we would facilitate the establishment of manufacturing and assembly plants of all the equipment that we are using. We have already started doing that. We have signed with Naseni and a Chinese company for the establishment of lithium battery assembly plant in Lagos, $150 million investment. We are discussing with Owando for the establishment of 1.2 gigawatt solar panels, also assembly plant, and a number of others that want to also embark on transformer assembly, solar panels, even e-vehicle assembly plant. So we are crystallizing that upstream as well. So looking forward, this is what you should expect from Rural Electrification Agency. REA becoming more daring, like our president, REA becoming more economical, facilitating private sector investment, and facing the challenge of electricity access and addressing it squarely.
What message do you have for Nigerians hoping for more continued sublime effort from you at the Rural Electrification Agency?
My message to Nigerians is one, to give us a bit more time, expect this intervention, protect this asset where we deploy them. Also, when we come to these communities, facilitate easily for the environmental, social, and land matters. This is also something that we expect, but most importantly is the protection of our assets within the communities that we deploy. And also report any REA project that is not up to the standard for us to quickly address it and sanction whoever implement that project to the, without meeting the standards that we expect them to do. This is my message to Nigerians. Thank you very much.
No doubt, Abba Alliyu is enthusiastically poised to transform the face of rural electrification in Nigeria. This is Energizing Nigeria, only on Pyramid TV.